Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. Today we're going to do a good old-fashioned get ready with me trying new makeup. I have some affordable goodies. I have some more goodies that are higher end. A lot of the stuff I picked up at Sephora and Ulta. I even have a couple things that were sent to me in PR. We're also going to do some skincare because I have a new skincare device, a new moisturizer, a new SPF from the Inkey list. We just have a whole bunch of new stuff to try out. If it is your first time here on my channel, I just want to say hello and welcome to everybody. And if you are not subscribed yet, let me invite you to become part of our family. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it. That way you can be notified every time I drop a new video. And if you are a fan of Get Ready With Me, try new makeup style of videos, give this video a thumbs up before you go. If you want to see all of these new goodies in action, keep on watching. Okay, so let's pin back this hair a little bit. I'm rocking my beach waves, even though I haven't gone to the beach yet, but I am so excited because my vacation is coming up. I think I have 3 weeks to go. I'm super excited. So I want to start first with a skincare device that was sent to me by PMD Beauty. This little beauty right here, this is called the Wave Pro, and this is a 3-in-1 device. I used it last night because it can help extract whiteheads, blackheads, all of that gunk that gets tied up in our pores. It'll also help infuse your skincare so that it can go deeper, get penetrated deeper into the skin. And this device can also provide a lifting effect. Today we're just going to use it to infuse one of the new moisturizers that I was kindly gifted in PR from one of my favorite all-time favorite brands in general, and that is Josie Maran. So this little beauty arrived not too long ago from Josie Maran. You guys know I rave about Josie Maran body butter in particular. I've used that for so many years. My mom and I are just obsessed with it, but they sent me this Argan Pro-RETINOL Mega Moisturizer face cream. So we're gonna try it out along with the PMD device, and we're gonna see if it infuses this a little bit deeper into my skin. So that's what the product looks like. There is a little bit of a scent to it, but it's more of like an organic scent. I'm just going to take what was left on the cap here, and I'm going to apply right in this area. And then we're going to use the PMD device first. So here's what the device looks like. There are 3 different settings, one to extract, one to infuse, and one to lift. So all you do is pull off this cap. This is what the device looks like. And right now PMD is having a 25% off site-wide sale. So this comes out to less than $100. So I'm gonna push it once. And then I'm going to push it twice, so that way it's in the middle. The middle setting is what helps to infuse the skincare. The top setting is setting number 1, and that's what helps to extract. And then setting number 3 is what you use as a lifting effect. And you can use this along with your serums, your facial moisturizer, whatever you want to do. This is new. I'm still doing my first impression of this, but I did like it yesterday. I felt like my pores looked a little bit smaller because that's the ultimate goal when you use it in extracting mode, to help just get that gunk out of your pores and help to minimize that look. And I used to suffer from really bad acne growing up. I'm going to put a little bit of moisturizer over here and on my forehead. And then we'll just keep going with this. It doesn't hurt at all, but you can hear that it's working. And the way I clean it is I just do spray it with a little bit of alcohol and then wipe it down and put it back in its little case. So this moisturizer feels very, very hydrating. And some call outs about this new one from Josie Maran is that it is going to reboot your skin. It's going to firm and smooth the look of fine lines and wrinkles without irritation, powered by Pro-RETINOL and 100% pure argan oil. That is exactly what Josie Maran products are known for. They are all infused with argan oil, and I love using argan oil. This also says it's going to plump skin with sodium hyaluronate, and it also says it's going to refine texture and brighten lackluster skin with powerful fruit plump extracts. That sounds fantastic, and this feels so good. My skin feels just so soft. All right, now we're gonna get into the newest moisturizer from the Inkey list, and this is their Polyglutamic Acid Dewy Sunscreen with SPF 30. It says it's good for all skin types. It's going to help protect and hydrate for a dewy, primed skin. And that's what the container looks like. Typical Inkey list packaging. It also does come sealed. All right, so that's what it looks like. I don't smell anything with this one. A dewy sunscreen. I'm curious about this one. And I think this was only like 12 bucks. It also says this can act as a primer, so I'm not sure that I'm going to use it as a primer. Smashbox did send me like all of their primers, so I kind of want to try some of those out because there's a couple I haven't tried yet. But this also feels really nice and hydrating. It's a little bit thicker of a consistency for a sunscreen, but I think for those of you with dry skin, even though it says it's good for all skin types, but I can see this being an amazing sunscreen for those of you with drier skin. Now I'm gonna let my sunscreen sit for a few minutes and then I'll be right back and we'll start applying foundation. All right, so now that I've given the SPF a minute to settle, look at what else I got in PR. I got the Revlon, their latest foundation, which, guys, I have already reviewed this foundation. I reviewed this back in December, and I have been enjoying this foundation. This is their new Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. They sent me 3 shades. They sent me shade 105, which I didn't have shade 105. They sent me shade 109. I didn't have that shade either. And then they sent me shade 117, which is one of the shades that I do have. So I'm gonna swatch 105 and 109 and see if those are gonna be a better skin match for me, because I still feel like shade 117 is a smidge too dark. Now this foundation, oh, and look, they also sent me a little ring light over here. Those always come in handy. But I feel like shade 117 is still a little bit too dark for me. Originally I had gotten like a way too dark of a shade. I think I got like shade 210 or 205, but I really do love this foundation. Like, this is a good solid foundation. I'm a normal to oily skin type, 41 years old, and this stuff does great. If you are a full-on dry, normal to dry, a combo skin type, I think you're going to find that you really enjoy this. It's a good medium coverage foundation. So let's go in with the lightest shade, which is shade 105. And I'm going to swatch that. I'm going to swatch them on my cheek. That's what it looks like. Yeah, this might be, that's too light for me. That's too light for me for sure. Let's go in with shade 109. I feel like this is gonna have more of a pink undertone. And again, I'm just gonna pump some out on the back of my hand here. Actually, yeah, you can see the pink undertone in that one. Don't know. That might work. I have my own shade 117 up here, so that way I don't open the new one. Is it shade 117? Yeah, shade 117. Let's swatch that back here. You guys have already let me know that you've been enjoying this one. Yeah, so there you can see, I think this is more neutral. This definitely has some pink to it. So 117, 109, and 105. 105 is definitely too light. And then I think 117 is too dark. And I think 109 is too pink. I think I want to mix these two though, 117 and 109. Let's try mixing them and see what happens. So I'm just going to pump out some of 117 on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to add a little bit of shade 109. I should get myself one of those mixing palettes. I probably have one somewhere, but who knows where it is. I'm just going to take the bottom of one of my makeup brushes and just swirl it around here. Put whatever's left on my face. Then I'm going to use my BK Beauty 101. This is the travel size. This is the travel one. Start stippling this into the skin. This foundation lasts. It lasts all day on me. I love the finish. It's a beautiful, like natural, radiant finish. But because I go in with setting powder, since I am a normal to oily skin type, it does a great job. I've really been impressed by this one, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad that Revlon has been or did release this foundation. I know they kind of went through a financial rough patch last year, but I think that has since been sorted out. So I don't think that they are going anywhere, but that's a little scary. That's a little scary to see such a big brand, like a global brand like Revlon, having to declare or on the verge of declaring bankruptcy. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. Imagine if L'Oreal did that. L'Oreal has so many brands under their belt. Now that's one I'd be really scared of, because I'd fear we'd lose a lot of our favorite brands if that, heaven forbid, should happen to L'Oreal. I love the coverage. I love the coverage. I love the finish. You know what I forgot to do was go in with my under eye corrector first. Oh well, we'll make it work. I'm going to be using the one from Natasha Denona. I'm actually going to use the Natasha Denona Corrector and the new Tarte Shape Tape, a Radiant Shape Tape concealer. I'm going to use them together and see what happens there. Now I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and whatever I have left, I'm just going to build up, especially right here on the sides of my cheeks where I do have old acne scars, minor discoloration. And I'm just going to press everything into the skin just to make sure that it is seamless. All right, now let's go in with the Natasha Denona Corrector. I have the lightest shade, which is C1. And I really have been enjoying this concealer. I'm still, testing it out, seeing how it does, how it mixes with other foundations and concealers, powders, so on and so forth. But I have been enjoying both the corrector and concealer. I think it's a really nice formula, and I think she did a really good job with it. This brush I'm using is from Temu. It is the M08 brush. All right, now we're going to go in with Shape Tape Radiant Concealer, and I have the shade 16, is it N or S? No, 16N in this one. Now, I did do a full review over both of these concealers, correctors, but with the Tarte one, I did 2 videos on it, actually. I did a video where I compared it. I'm going to go in with my Rare Beauty concealer brush. I did do a video where I compared it to the Ultra Creamy Shape Tape, and I think the Ultra Creamy won on that one. Shocking, because I know that one has been hit or miss with some of you guys. I'm still a fan of the OG Shape Tape. Like, I still like it. I still use it. Granted, not as much as I used to, but, I still think if you're looking for that coverage, that one, just make sure your under eyes are really hydrated, especially those of you with more mature skin, those of you that have more fine lines and texture under your eyes. Just really make sure you hydrate that under eye area, because that is a very mattifying, it's a fast drying concealer, and you don't want it to emphasize every last wrinkle and texture that you have on your face. And add a little bit more of Shape Tape right here to the sides, again, where I always build up coverage. Never gonna stop doing that. And I'm just gonna use the foundation brush to kind of just stipple that right here. Look at how dewy my complexion looks. I'm sure that dewy, guys, I forgot to go in with primer. I was gonna use a primer from Smashbox. Oh well, let me show you the one I was going to use. It was this one right here. It is the Photo Finish Mattifying Control Primer. I'll use it in my next Get Ready With Me, I promise. They sent me like 5 or 6 different primers. Some I've already had in my stash. Well, one in particular, the original one I already had in my stash. One I was so glad because I wanted to pick it up, and it's the illuminating one, and I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of this mattifying one. There were 2 others, but I am going to pass those down to a couple of my friends that I know could benefit from them. Loving the way this complexion looks, and I would love for it to stay looking this dewy and fresh, but I'm going to get dewy and fresh later on all by myself with my own oil. So now we need to set the face, and I am still trying out the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder, and this is shade 1. Now I did notice today on the Sephora app, they dropped a mini size of shade light, which is more of a pink tone powder. So if you guys want to check that out, it is available right now on the Sephora app, and then it'll be available on like all platforms by tomorrow. And here is what the powder looks like. You're getting a blue, a green, a purple, and a like a lavender, like a lavender shade. So I'm just gonna go in with my little makeup puff. I get these little makeup puffs from like Shop Miss A or Temu, wherever I can, and you don't need to spend a lot of money on them. I think you can get a pack of 6, a pack of 8 for like $2 or $3, maybe even less in some places. I forgot to mention in my recent video where I was doing my April makeup roundup, just like speed reviewing all the makeup that I tried during the month of April, I forgot to include the Moira powder that is also like a tri-color powder, but it's more along the lines, I think, of a nice alternative, a good dupe for the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom powder, just because it has that pink undertone to it. I have been loving that powder, guys, and I think it's only 10 bucks, maybe $8. But if you can head on over to the Moira website after you get done watching my video, you'll see that powder there. Moira just has so much stuff, like just so much stuff to look at. You can be on that website for a while and everything is super affordable. Okay, now I'm not putting any powder out here on the perimeter just because I have 2 new cream blushes that we're going to be trying out. One of them is from Huda, the other is from Nars. For bronzers, hello, I picked up, and if you watch me over there on Instagram, then you guys know I picked up these new ones from Give by Gwen Stefani. I think what she released is genius, and this is called, this is called Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. And here we go. This is the shade Heating Up. And then I also got the first shade. So I got the first 2 lightest shade. This one is called Toastin. Actually, no, I think this is the second shade. And then this one is the lighter shade. So I got these 2, and then I also got 2 of her new highlighters, which I'll show you in a second. I'm just going to do one on each side of the face. So I'll start first with Heating Up, and I'm going to take that on my Smashbox Cream Cheek brush. And this one is going to be contour. So I'm going to do this right in here. Okay, this looks more of like a neutral tone. I'm not seeing too much coolness to this one, but it is matte, which is a good thing. Okay, so I think that looks really pretty. Now we're going to go in with Toastin on the left side. I'm going to use my BK 110 for that one. Again, you want to apply this like right under your cheekbone. I see a little bit more cool tone with this one than I did with that other one. I feel like these are very neutral though. Would have liked to have seen a little more coolness. I want to say in these contour and bronzer duos, I want to say they released about 5 or 6 different shades. I did get mine from Sephora. So now we're going to go back to Heatin' Up, and this is going to be the bronzer shade. This looks really light though. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to take my BK 107. Just focus that a little bit higher than I placed the cream contour. It's nice to set it here. I think I want to do the darker one though for my forehead, and I can use this lighter one also for my nose. Let me do this one on my nose. I'm just using my little Beach Cosmetics brush. Yeah, that's a nice one. It's a nice shade for my nose. Smelling a scent, but I think it was the Givenchy powder. All right, now I'm going to take a BH Cosmetics brush and we're going in with Pick It Up. I'm going to use that. Ooh, that's definitely darker. Look at that. So this is the second to lightest shade. This can be my summer shade and the other one can be my winter shade. But I love this concept. I love the concept of a cream and then a powder. And I love that one is meant to be a contour and the other a bronzer. That's the way they should all be, right? You know what I just realized? We're using cream blush today. And I'm applying this powder. Oh well. Hopefully they will go on top of it really well. We'll find out, right? So these are the 2 new blushes I picked up, and they're different shades. So I'm gonna have 2 different shades of blush on, which that really doesn't bother me. I go out with 2 different eye looks, so yeah, 2 different blushes is no big deal. But this is a new one from Huda Beauty, and this is the lip blush. The shade I picked up is Apricot Kiss. So let me give it a good shake. Oh wow, let's see. Let's swatch this on the back. Whoa, okay. All right, let's see what's gonna happen here. I have a feeling these are gonna sheer out some. And I'm gonna use my BK 109. Just press that into the cheekbone. I think there was like maybe 7 or 8 different shades of this new one from Huda Beauty. Oh, that looks nice. And it seems to have gone on top of the powder just fine. Let me take a closer look at it. Oh yeah. I feel like I have a line right there, but I think once I add the highlighter, that'll go away. Yeah, I like that. That's really pretty. I was expecting it to be a little less pigmented. Let's try this one from Nars. So this one is the Afterglow Liquid Blush. This one is in the shade Wanderlust. So we're gonna do peach and then purple. It looks like on the back of my hand. I'm gonna use what's on the back of my hand. And I have another BK 109 that I'm gonna use for this one. I think these would be beautiful mixed with one another. Oh wow, that is a super glowy blush. Way more glowy than this side. Oh, I think these would be really pretty mixed with one another. You know what? We might just try that. This is beautiful. Almost don't need highlighter with this one. Oh, that's so pretty. This looks a little bit more matte. And then this definitely a lot more glowy. You know what? I'm just going to leave them like that. That way you guys can see, you know, as we go through the video, the difference, and you can decide whether you need them both or you just want to pick up one. I think they're both very pretty. Okay, good call. I'm glad Nars released these glowy blushes. Next, we're going to go into the Give, these are their Check My Glow Multi-Dimensional Illuminating Highlighter. This one is the shade Homegrown Glow. And then the other shade I picked up, because I think there was only 3 or 4 shades released. This is the lighter shade. This one is called Platinum Cowgirl. So we'll do, I think I'm going to do Platinum Cowgirl over here on the left, and then we'll do this other one over here on the right. And I'm just going to swirl. These kind of remind me of the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks. I'm using my Rare Beauty highlighter brush. Ooh, fancy. Now, of course, you could just pick an individual shade and do it that way, but with products like these, I just like to swirl all in the pans. I think that's really how it's meant to be used, but you use it however you want. Oh, wow. I'm loving this. I'm going to add a little bit more blush, though. Just a little bit. I'm putting it on the back of my hand just to kind of help mesh everything together. I'm loving that these liquids are going on top of powder really nicely, really well. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Do feel like it's kind of emphasizing a little bit of texture, all this glowiness, but you know what? At the end of the day, I don't mind because I love to glow. Now I'm going to use my Morphe M501 and we'll do this one. This one is Homegrown Glow. It's going to be more of a golden, peachy highlighter. Oh, these definitely pack a punch. Do a little bit of this right here on the Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin. I'm going to add exactly what I did with the left side. I'm going to add a little bit more of the blush just to blend it with the highlighter. Some glowy cheeks going on, but I look at these colors, how different they are, but I love them both. And again, I think the orange and the purple would pair beautifully with one another. Okay, I don't have any new brow products, so I'm going to pop off camera, take care of these brows, and I'll be right back and we'll start creating an eye look. Okay guys, so brows are on. I use the Give by Gwen Stefani eyebrow pencil, and then I use the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen. So I have this new setting spray that came out from BeautyBlender. This is their 4-in-1 Firming Peptide Setting Spray. It says that it's going to extend makeup wear for up to 18 hours. It is humidity resistant. I need that down here in South Texas. It says it's going to blur pores and it's going to lift. 96% of individuals tested agreed formula set makeup all day. Makeup looked better even after 18 hours of use. Let's try it out. Let's see what this is all about. I am so happy that BeautyBlender is releasing other products besides their makeup sponges, because let's face it guys, there have been so many amazing makeup sponges that have come out recently that are way less than a BeautyBlender. And especially if you shop Miss A, you get those pop-pop sponges. It's like a pack of 8 for like less than 10 bucks. It's amazing. Here is what the packaging looks like. Let's give this a good shake. Very interested in this one. Let's see. Ooh, it's a fine mist. There's a little bit of scent to it. Kind of like an organic scent. Ooh, it feels good. Okay. Now, normally what I've been doing is I've been applying my setting spray right after my cream products, but forgot. So here we are, but that is a super fine mist. I like that. Look at how glowy my skin looks. Oh my goodness. I love it. Oh, I just love a good glow. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I have, and I think I told you guys the other day about those MAC palettes coming back in stock at Ulta that they they appeared, when was it? I think it was back in April, like towards the beginning of April. They released a couple of the 12 pan palettes, which I picked up the most colorful one. This is the Connect and Color palette, and it is a rainbow palette. This is what it looks like. I have a review over this. It performs really well. And then it disappeared. Like 2 days later, it was gone, along with the 4 6-pan palettes that they released. They are all back and available on the Ulta Beauty website, but I'm going to be using this one since some of you may have picked this up recently, and I'm going to pair it with, how cute is this? The Sugar Drizzle Red Panda palette. I do have a 3-look tutorial video over this one. This palette dropped over the weekend, and if you use my code STEPH10, it is an affiliate code, so thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and Sugar Drizzle. It'll give you 10% off of your order. I know a lot of you guys said that you ordered this one solely because of the packaging. Some of you, the packaging was too cute to pass up. I've been guilty of doing that as well, and then this is what the color story looks like. We're only getting 2 matte shades in this one, so that's why I wanted to bring in this palette, because I kept telling you guys that I wish they had included a matte black, because I think that would have made this palette totally different. It would have really it would have really given it, hello, can't speak today, but it would have really given it more of a versatility, and the MAC palette does have a matte black, so I thought they would pair nicely with one another. So we're gonna go into this palette first. I think what I want to do is I'm gonna start with the white in the inner corner, and then I'm gonna pack the matte black all over the lid, because that's what I would have done if they had included the matte black in this palette. So we're gonna try that, and then maybe we can do the green for the lower lash line. We'll see. But I'm gonna start first with the white. And I'm using this on a Game Beauty E01. I did prime my eyelids with the newest eyeshadow primer in my stash. And where did I put it? It is the newest one from Bella Beauty Bar. And I do have a code with Bella Beauty Bar as well. They just dropped that Smoky Glam palette, and they are restocking their Pastel Dream palette. I think my code with Bella Beauty Bar is Steph or Steph10. I'll have it down here in case you want to check out anything that they have. I love that brand as well, and they have some amazing eyeshadow palettes. The Pastel Dream and the Smoky Glam are larger palettes. So if a larger palette is not your thing, then definitely check out some of their other palettes. Okay, so we have the matte white down. Now we're going to go into the matte black. And I'm going to take the matte black on a Singe Beauty E01. And just start packing that on the lid, and then I'm going to blend it out into the crease with a smaller blending brush. See how good? This MAC palette, if you were wondering about it, it's pretty solid. And I'm shocked by that just because I don't have a lot of MAC products in my stash, and some of their past eyeshadow palettes that I've tried have just been like okay. You know, but this one is actually pretty decent. I'm just going to take this Rephr 13 and just lightly blend out the edges. All right, we got a good blend there. Now I'm going to go into the Red Panda palette, and I think I'm going to try this red shade down here called Red Panda. And I'm using a damp Morphe M124. I did spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. We're going to focus that right out here. But you see what the matte black underneath can do to it? It just totally changes the shimmer. And especially because the majority of these shimmers, they have more of a neutral base to them. They don't really have a black base. So this just makes it extra special. Now with that same brush, I'm just going to flip it around. I'm going to go into this shade. This one is called Bamboo Snap. I think I'm going to do something right in the center. Pretty that looks. There's like a purple going on. And I know I commented on one of you guys what you thought like of mixing this with purple shadows, this red Panda palette. Red and purple are beautiful color combinations. Maybe I will do purple for the lower lash line instead of the green. But look at that. Oh, that looks so, so pretty. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here. I'm just gonna put it right there in the center. You're gonna love this palette if you picked it up. Thank you to so much for those of you who mentioned that you use my code to shop. Every little bit, guys, is gonna help me out now that I am making YouTube my one and only full-time job. For the lower lash line, let's go back into Connect in Color, and I will do the purple. I will do the purple. That way you guys that were asking about, you know, how would red and purple look together, let's try the purple on the lower lash line. And I'm going to take that purple on a Rephr 26 and get over how glowy my cheeks are. Not complaining. I love it. I just can't get over it. Now on a damp Rephr 03, I'm going to go into, let's go into this shade down here. This kind of looks a little more purpley, purple pink leaning. The shade is called Masala. Leave the white there. I want the white to be that pop in the inner corner. So I'm applying this a little bit lower. Oh, I think that looks so pretty. Ooh, I love it. All right, guys, I don't have like any relatively new eyeliners or mascara. I am going to use the Give by Gwen Stefani mascara, but I'm going to finish the other eye off camera and I will be right back to show you this completed look. Okay, guys, so here's the completed look. What do you guys think? I used for lashes the Kiss So Wispy lashes. I haven't used these in quite some time. For eyeliner, I went in with the Moira Beauty liquid eyeliner in the shade red. This was part of a bundle that I picked up a couple weeks ago, and then Give by Gwen Stefani mascara. For lipsticks, I'm using these two that are both from ColourPop and the Snow White collaboration. As far as some of the other new products that I tried out, this one right here from Give by Gwen Stefani, this is the Pick It Up, and this is their cream contour and matte bronzer. I think this is a genius idea. I love it. It's going to be more on the neutral side, at least when it comes to the cream contour, which is fine. Would have preferred maybe a little bit more cool tone, just because I think contour needs to be more cool tone, but you know, I'm happy with the way both of the shades that I picked up look on my complexion, and I did get the first two lightest shades. I also think that they did a really pretty job with these Check My Glow brick highlighters. I mean, the Bobbi Brown ones retail for like almost 50 bucks. These are definitely under 30, I think, or these could be around the $30 price point, but I love them. This is the lightest shade, and it is the one that I have on over here. I think they are so, so pretty, and I love the packaging on both of them. The concealer and corrector combo. So this is the newest one from Natasha Denona. This is one of 6 or 7 different correctors that she released, and I have the lightest shade, which is C1. I think it paired really nicely with the new Tarte Radiant Shape Tape Concealer, which I have in the shade 16N, so I'll definitely be using both of these together going forward. This one from Tarte doesn't have the same full coverage as the OG Shape Tape, so it does need a little bit of help, especially if you have more darkness than what I do under your eye area. You'll definitely want to use a corrector for this one. So sad I didn't get to use this, but the Smashbox Photo Finish Mattifying Primer, you guys will definitely see me use this in an upcoming video because I love all of the other Smashbox primers that I have tried, and this one I'm sure is going to be no different. The new setting spray from BeautyBlender, this is the Boost 4-in-1 Firming Peptide Setting Spray. It has a very fine mister on it, and I like it. I think this is something nice. I like to see that BeautyBlender is expanding their product range. I think that is really awesome. I think it was very much needed. Let's talk about the two liquid blushes that I have on in today's video, and they are right here. So the new one from Nars, again, this one is in the shade Wanderlust. This is going to be more of like a purple shade, and then the one from Huda Beauty is in the shade Apricot Kiss. I think you should get them both and pair them together because I think they would make wonderful complements to one another, but you are going to get more glow on the Nars side versus the Huda blush. But I think they're both pigmented and they applied beautiful to the complexion, even on top of powder. So go figure there. I am still loving my Givenchy powder. I know I'm the last one to try this, but this has actually turned out to be a really good powder, and I guess the hype is real when it comes to this powder. And as far as the eyeshadow palettes go, I think they paired beautifully with one another. I think you can see how adding a matte black with the red Panda palette will just take the look to a different level. So definitely consider pulling in some of your other matte shadows, purples, greens, blacks, whatever you want to do, but they're all going to complement this red and pink base palette really, really well. And thank you so much again, those of you that use my code to pick up the red Panda palette. The MAC palette, this is a Connect in color. This is available right now on the Ulta Beauty website, and it's also available in stores. So finally, I don't know why it made that disappearing act. They probably put it on their website before they were supposed to, but I really like it. This is a solid little rainbow palette. The Revlon foundation, I've been loving it since December, and thank you so much to the team at Revlon for sending me a few different shades, the shades that I didn't have, and also for sending me the ring light. Again, for today's video, I mixed shade 105 and shade 109, and I think it looks pretty good. I think mixing those shades is pretty good. 105 was just a little too light, and then 109 was just a little too pink, so I think I created a happy medium between the two, but this really is a beautiful foundation. It's one of my faves, and I'm really happy to see that Revlon is starting to come out with some more new products. I hope they continue on this trend for 2023 because we need some more drugstore goodies in our stash. And finally, the PMD Wave Pro. This is a 3-in-1 tool where you can use it to extract all of the gunk that's in your pores. It's meant to be used for that purpose once a week, and then you can use it every day to infuse your skincare. Just apply your moisturizer or your serums and then go over it with this device, and it'll help just penetrate the skin a little bit better so that all of those products can really be absorbed into the complexion. And then of course you can use this as a lifting and toning device, which I haven't tried that step yet. I'm going to be trying this out all week, and I will definitely update you guys on my thoughts on what I think of this PMD Wave Pro. But just again, if you're interested in picking it up or anything else on the PMD website, they are having an amazing sale going on, 25% off site-wide. I believe the code is 25summer. So this actually comes in at under $100. I think normally it's priced at $125, somewhere around there. So thank you again so much to the PMD team for thinking of me and sending the Wave Pro my way. And with that, guys, I think we wrap up today's video. Let me know what you thought of the look. Did you pick up any of these new products that I picked up? What were some of your favorites, or what are you looking forward to trying out in the future? I know there's a lot of makeup happening right now. There's a lot of new releases, especially on the indie makeup brand side, and I am so excited because this coming weekend is going to be another busy weekend. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned because I have a couple new palettes that I will be featuring on my channel. These are palettes that haven't even been released yet. Their color stories haven't even been revealed. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water, and I'm going to see you all very soon. Bye.